kombucha. What is it really? A drink? A trend? Or nature's secret to feeling alive? Introducing Winfo Kombucha from Yato Foods. Winfo Kombucha restores your healthy balance, boosts digestion, and refreshes your energy. Now you know. Winfo Kombucha, the natural power of nature.
Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of the Kenny T One-on-One podcast. Today, we're privileged to have somebody that carries many titles. Okay, you get to find out very, very shortly who that is. But first of all, we'd like to thank our sponsors. That's Yatu Tea. Remember, Yatu should be your number one choice if you're looking for a hot beverage to have at any given time of the day. Remember, Yatu is available in all leading supermarkets across the country. Our guest today, you know him as Logic, okay? It's Cosmas Ngandwe. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
Nice to have you on the show, man.
Thank you very much. Now, where Logic?
Therefore, Balanda, because I want to know about Logic.
I think Logic is self-naming. But the original name of the character ni Logic.
It's Logic.
Logic.
But yes. I'll give it to you, brother. You know, kusambo kuchitact na LR syndrome.
Yes. Mulai if you want.
Towale isanga kuve situation in Zambia kwa ati pabantu wambo kumfya line. Oh no, you'd switch it off after shooting.
Yes. I think it's one of the definitions of a really versatile creative. Because isa mkusanga vyati chuwavele la palastika.
No, na you know all that versatile creative. Inenga ndio kutamba para nena mukate tushira ndetse sungu chaifi.
Abana sambili line. Chashu papi. Na sambili line.
But you played that character very well, man. I'll give it to you. I think there's many people that would actually watch the show because of you. You know, obviously there are other characters, but you know, I came across a lot that enjoyed, you know, the role that you played.
I think I've realized over time also that a lot of people really watched the show because of the character. But unfortunately, life happened.
Life happened, huh?
Life happened.
Now, something shocking that I saw. One day I'm sitting and I'm going through my social media and I see a video and you are singing. You know, musician foot.
If I because in my son tambana mbora kumadanda vet
na boro la te.
Ni wala. Na yama gymnastics yaba pilibuka bali. Ndi wala.
Wala pa mama sama.
Last. But I think music has been the backbone of everything that I do.
Okay.
Back in the day, I used to sing at church in a church youth group. I was a praise team leader. And until nalikuwa tafe na manyimbo fe na album fe yako bati.
Okay, form proper cover first before we get started. Any song.
Original song or fe waimbapo fe audience.
Waimba audience aka kwata abantu bali keshi bane ukembe nomba. Then it's easy for us to make that comparison.
Wimbo shinala imbapa because we mwamparanya.
Alonto waimba ulimbo nshu. But my
okay,
what can you think of? Yeah.
My favorite song of all times is Tiwepo by Wezi.
Okay.
So, Shachish
Well, let's have the 30 seconds, Steph.
Okay. And before 30 seconds. Tiwepo Nivani akukusha Nivani akuvalika nsapato kumendo Nivani akupa mutenge wanganda ulala pani Urulimbo lulangu vuishe chikonkoro. I think I'm a sadist. So every single time I listen to it, it really just uplifts my spirit and makes me create a lot of films and a lot of ideas.
I'm very biased. And it's such a good song.
Thank you very much.
Cosmos, let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about your early life. Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
So, I'm born and bred Matero. Lilanda to be precise. Lilanda to be precise. Kulia chocolate corner, kulia kariwa place at chocolate corner. Yes. So there's just a chocolate corner. There's about 3-4 houses on the left. If you're going to Tandeni, that's where we used to stay, and that's where I was born. Fortunate for me, the house is still standing. So, but in Kuchingwere,
I know where Chingwere is.
yes, but Chingwere.
Because I didn't give one out Matero. Matero was really produced. Huh?
Yes,
I didn't know.
Yes, I think a majority of the people, Matero and Mtendere. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So it was Chingwere Clinic then, and went to Harimwanga Nkumbula Primary School.
Yeah, but we say your school.
Murilanda, Mumatero Muine.
Okay.
From grade 1 to 7. Then I went to Nelson Mandela Basic School, Matero, grade 8 and 9. Then I went to Chunga Secondary School, Matero. Yes.
Okay.
Ishinali abadadu wakwe ba Chunga bene. Wapungani mambuya bakwe.
Oh.
Yes, I think that's where the name comes from.
Okay.
So it was also in Matero, and then I went to just after Napuisha school na challenge. Na isa chitakoponga in computer science ya tuish. Tafia mpangile sense, but na reach ta graduate in shasa and have certificate.
I just thought you niche. Walipo kwatira kwa something.
Tayang kwatira nchito.
What do you mean?
Kola ba ile peer pressure itupera bafia shatiwe na upuishe school, do something.
Kabiyo sambili.
No. I would take computer science. Kuna bepa. Computer studies. So computer nari kwatira yanchi computer studies. So tavya nkwatira sana nchito, but yeah, and then I went on to do film with Multi-Choice Talent Factory.
Oh, so you started with Multi-Choice Talent Factory?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did you get that opportunity to get into that?
Well, I think it's been a build up from. I started my acting career in grade 7 in 2010. I think this is my 15th year.
Mwa drama kuma skulu.
Twale wina info yama. Ero inenshale actor pone vifia kwa bati fia kusekesha. When I feel serious actor kwa bati. In my first year, I won 7 awards.
Wow.
Yes, every stage of the festival. It used to be Nataz then.
Yeah.
So,
I remember Nataz,
so ngamwayati zone level kuya senda best actor, best poet, district best actor, best poet, provincial best actor, best poet, and then national. I was in 2010. I just won best supporting actor, and then in 2011 I was nominated for the Ngoma Award, with all the stages winning best actor, best chance. So fiarisa naisa jaira bwangu. Neza jaira bwangu kuwina mawadi. So then I went on to join Matero Theatre. No. Echoes of Africa. It was a theatre group that had a lot of celebrities from Banja then.
Okay.
Then we were too passionate, you know what I mean, to really look at money and whatnot. I think when you're being prepared for greatness, money is not the conversation. Yeah. Usually it's not even.
You're doing it. It's the passion that drives you. For you, you get your satisfaction, to do it, and then you think of money later.
Of course. So with the coming up of roles like Mfuti, those came eventually. I was done with school. Then afterwards, a year later in the community, peer pressure, but no, we wambe kuchitako something. You know how it is munyumba, panyumba chabe. Friends
tafia
kwatira nenchito. But by see double vyati one day naisa mkwakta, naisa 400 kwacha. 2010. Ero paria ni nshubunga 25 kwacha. Abada yule naisa nesa kali abunga.
Usana upinge sakali abunga.
Nimbi kavya pa. Baka mpere na credit na blue band. Pari alikopani. Ngamwashita blue band pakomboni mwa bako. Na bread na batwalira na sugar na acting mundeshe. You know.
Waforeleza lelo lubunganisha 25 kwacha. Ni shadi shingi.
2010 ninshira bomba. Nishitashira bana rebased pari. So if you financially, that for me that was inspirational enough that it's possible, really. paisa pita after 2010 paisa pita nangu at 6 years zero na ishire fola po foot
washire fola shing
na ishire fola shari shingi shire but kuma 1000 nishira cha mfoot ero na ishire fola but before nishira bashiro bunga na alishita phone
walisa ibika pantaji
mutoro na ba priority. You know?
Yeah, because the phone also was going to bring you money.
Of course.
But before we get deep into that, so your upbringing, what kind of a family did you come from? How many brothers, how many sisters?
So
Grow up with your parents? Yeah.
I come from a family of 4. I'm the second born. I have an elder brother. His name is Cosmas Ngandwe. He's a photographer.
He's a photographer.
But he's a photographer by not profession, by problems. By circumstances.
What do you mean?
He's a teacher by profession. Then I'm much wish yes, I could have fiat. Iwe kuchule kopa kofi ama picture pa.
Wambo fresher extra.
Apolelo le that deployment and green chito. Yes, but yeah, I've got a young sister, Christine. Yes, Christine is I push her school more chanango. She's a business lady. Yeah, I think she's running mom's restaurant now.
Okay.
My younger brother, the last born, Rabbi, is a talented young man for Phiri. And my elder brother sings.
Yeah.
Okay. All of us sing in the family except our sister.
Okay.
Yes, but for my younger brother, the last born, he sings and plays any kind of instrument. Yes. And mom is still around. And she's been a beacon of support, really. Yes, especially with stuff to do with school. But she never believed in the acting thing until it started bringing money. Because the day that they invited parents to school, she was not around. So Dad was the only person who watched me. So after he watched me, I'm going to shoot somewhere. He would always allow. But before that, he was a...
But how did you convince him? First of all, because if he didn't believe in it, how did you convince him to actually get up and say, okay, they can in there kuskuru queen and they ambone, if you stick?
Well, Barisa Tuchita, in our drama club, Barisa Dandatawe, there was a complaint from parents that our children come late for school. So the matron then, Madame Jean Hapela, told my late director, Darius Lombe, that... you need to write letters to the pupils so that they can invite their parents.
Their parents, yeah.
So they gave us notes, then we took to our parents. Because mom has always been very busy. She leaves home at 04, 05 to go and run a restaurant in Soweto. She was never really available to watch. But Dad...
Because it's demanding there also. You get there early.
Yes.
And then you leave very late.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Dad came and he watched. And from that moment, I really never saw a rigid man again.
How rigid was he when you say before?
The point where Vadi Shirepo Kung and Mr. Bizwo Mdenda, obviously you know Bizwo Mdenda, Darius, to come and convince him to say, we want this child, he's talented, so we want him. But Dad never really believed in these things. And
there was nobody before you that did this
apparently Dad.
He used to act.
And it shocked me when I
discovered... And he's the one who was saying that, no.
I was like, bro. What's that, bro? Because apparently Dad used to act in church. And then when I grew up, I realized, but we survived by Seram Church. And I saw...
second generation acting.
I think never na pick up. And then if you're pangana sensa.
But you know what I'm thinking right now? He probably didn't want you to do it because maybe it didn't do anything for him. You know, because I'm sure maybe during his time it was not anything that you would.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You know?
Yes.
So they came and spoke to him?
Yeah, they spoke with him, convinced him. He still never believed until the day that he came to watch me. Yes. But I think also we're coming from a background where there's a lot of stigma around acting. You can't earn a living from it. You can't do whatever. But I think the narrative has changed now because probably people can watch you on TV, they can be able to, and brands can be able to recognize you.
Yeah.
So I think that was the reason why he really never believed in that. But in the long run, he never said no.
So you know, after bakutamba nomba mwako Nganda, did he say anything? Or
You know, it was an awkward thing where, because Dad, we never really used to speak as much. Twakula muri ya bondi ya kwa tumdala ngafika pasiti. You scamper. Wani mapanga.
Nino Olanda, nino pange chongo.
Yes. So nga mule panga ve chongo. Kuita ve, yo, mule pange chongo. Yeah, but because he was a very peaceful man, he really always loved silence.
Yeah.
But when we got home, he just said, oh, okay. I think he said Mupitirisha or something.
Yeah.
For me, that was a green light enough. And from that moment on, even if Mom spoke, even if she was against, he always said, no, Mule Kenya.
Yeah.
You know?
You got that support, yeah.
Yes. And I would leave home for a week, a month.
At what age?
I was, how old was I?
You were young.
Yes, 2010. I was very young. I think around 13, 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, around then. So, because there was a trusted person between. Uncle Darius would come and get me from home. And then when I'm with him, I'm safe.
Yeah.
So they would always know that he's safe. Yeah. And I think that's how we got to where we've gotten, because the support was built from her.
So when you're growing up and wanted to pursue the career of acting, which actor were you looking up to, locally and internationally?
Unfortunately, for me, I've never had idols.
Serious?
In my first year of acting in 2010, my director always told me, "What is you? You can always be a versatile creative." So as far as 2010, I would go and sit at a tavern and watch people behave. I saw muntu ali sober. Then short time, every 10 minutes, so I begin to study mannerisms and just how behavior changes in human beings at a very younger age. And then when I watch that, I go home and practice. So I prepared myself for a lot of roles. Zambia has not even seen what I can do as an actor. Not the nonsense that people praise. I'm one hell of a brilliant actor. That
why would you say that?
Because
of the different roles that you've spoken about.
Because I have prepared myself for this moment. And not just by word of mouth, by delivery, by how much I can be able to do. One day I'll make a film where I'm leading, but for now I'm making stars. But that's how I always prepared myself for the unknown characters or anything that can come my way. And that is why I'm not able to really just be stereotyped.
So you didn't look up to anybody at all? Okay, so for example, if you got an opportunity to sit at home and watch some TV, what would you watch?
Okay.
At that time, then I'll ask you the same question, what you would watch now.
Okay, now that I've got an opportunity to speak about what I would watch, what's a Zambian film that I think speaks volumes to me? I think besides Muizukanji, the film,
which you have an interest in.
Yes, because
can that one count? If you me obey there.
Pan for ni logic character na itamba sana. I think besides that, I would go for Payback by Wycliffe.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it had some really brilliant actors in it, and the storylining and because Wycliffe is a very good writer, I would that's something I would watch.
Great. Internationally?
I'm a huge fan of Idris Elba. I only realized in the long run. So anything Idris, I'm on it.
You're glued to it.
Yes.
Okay, so now fast forward, time for you now to sort of like to start getting big with your acting. When did it come? Which one is your first break where you said, okay, here now the door has opened?
Unfortunately for me, I've always known how far I'll go.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
It's interesting.
And I still know how far, how great I will be.
Yeah.
So, but for argument's sake, when we did Mfuti, but I knew that Mfuti is going to open a lot of doors for me because I'm not just an actor who's money-driven. I am passion-based. I am research-oriented. I am delivery invested, and I am one hell of a brilliant performer who's going to criticize himself before the audience does.
Okay.
So when that happened, I knew that a lot of doors are going to open because now whatever it is that I've always thought about or I've always imagined is slowly coming to pass, and well, whatever I've seen for myself is slowly getting to where it's supposed to get. And well, really just being able to understand that whatever we can see, there's a lot of us that do not have the discerning spirit. We do not imagine ourselves in places.
Yeah.
Yeah. One day in Kabloa, then Tawaishiba. You're not even ready for the opportunity. So when one presents itself, it's important that we really just get to know what time it is.
So I know that you have a lot of titles, but before we speak about the titles, you know, you are a writer, you're a director,
Yes.
So I want us to go through, I want you to tell me step by step, because you said something important to say, a lot of us don't actually know what your full potential is. It would be nice for us to bring it out. And it's for the sake of somebody out there that might be looking for someone to do what you do. You get what I mean? But my question to say, when did you get the big break? What role did you have and which one was it?
The Chilala character was a build-up, a stepping stone to the Logic character.
Okay.
So all the characters between have always just been like a stepping stone to wherever I'm supposed to be. But for me, I know a lot of people would argue out there, but the Logic character has brought so much attention to me as an individual, right? But I can tell you for a fact that it's not even one of my best characters.
Why would you say so?
I would say so because Chilala and Virus in City on Fire were characters that I really felt like I delivered to the best of my ability. Logic, there was a time I used to do LR syndromes, so it was one of those things, just a by the way thing, really. And then by the way thing, but it's just a matter. It's just, as I always say, luck is a matter of preparation, meeting an opportunity.
So, and it's funny how things happen, you know, because, for example, even this podcast, right? We sit for and whatever, you know, and, you know, we'll say this one. But
yes.
If we have a life, it's funny how it works. So let's speak about your different titles. How would I introduce you if we're at a workshop or a summit to do with acting or film?
I think in filmmaker, producer, writer, director, I think filmmaker encompasses everything, but it also makes sense that why? Because I have produced films that have won awards before. I know it may not be the measure of the producer title, but what qualifies us? If we've been to school for the same producing conversation, what qualifies us if we've been to the school for the directing conversations? Not even that. The passion that drives us, that drives the ability to really learn something and be able to deliver it, is what makes us earn the titles that we probably claim.
Your role in Impali, how did you get it? How did it happen? Therefore, you have a story for Yambi, the Chadishan.
So, it is story. Yeah.
Or Kungandana Ulale Wasa Kubusha or Chadishan.
Some of you was book by sent to me na phone after to watch the foot.
So you didn't foot with Frank?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Yes, Frank believed in me more than
anybody
anyone
else.
did. So I hold him in the highest esteem.
Oh, great.
As long as my career lives, he
Yeah.
lives. So, by sent to me na phone logic. Chilala, he used to call me Chilala then. And there's something I'm shooting. I'd love you to come through. So he proposed 2 characters.
Yeah.
The Kefas character and the Logic character.
Yeah.
He said, Nina ma character, I'd love you to choose one. So that we see which one you would be. So I told him, I am a performer, but directors are the vision carriers.
Yeah.
And when you look at someone, you can see where they belong. I would love for you to just decide for me. They was like, oh, okay. I would love for you to play the Logic character. Oh, okay. That's how the character was born. So, but it was a work in progress because at some point, when you check the opening scene of season 1, episode 1, scene 1, Logic would somewhat speak a bit of proper English mixed with broken English, and he would speak a bit of Tonga or Nyanja. And then the first name for Logic was Benson Mashovani. Yeah, I think it was a Lozi name. It was a Tonga name because we wanted to make it. But in the long run, we realized that no. It will make a lot of sense if you actually the younger brother too, Shupi. And that's how the Jerez were born. So as we went on, is when these characters were really gaining shape, and because we were committed to delivering and improving the characters, that's how come Logic eventually got to a stage where he would only speak English consecutively, and then break it throughout.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, for the next 10 minutes, the questions that I'm going to ask you, I won't be talking to Cosmas. I'll be speaking to Logic. Okay. I want that LR syndrome. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Second ET One-on-One podcast. We take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the Kenny T One-on-One podcast. Remember, it's brought to you by Yatu T. My name is Kenny T. My guest today is Cosmas Ngandwe. He is a filmmaker. And right now we're getting into talking to not Cosmas, but talking to Mr. Logic. My brother, welcome.
Arrow.
Huh?
Arrow.
For a moment I was wondering what you're saying. So when you started acting in Impact, when did you know that it has started happening and people are falling in love with the character?
He was like every time I take a hook to the mall, to the presses to church, a lot of girls would land for me, like
a lot of girls.
A lot of them, and I wasn't married then, so it was like a good thing, really. Yeah, and I got famous in the long run. Yeah, I think it was interesting.
So when you joined the Mpali team, who were you close to and why?
I was close to Kefas, and I was close to Amde, Shazi, because we came from this thing. What's the name of the thing? Mfuti. He was there. I was also there. So it was foolish, but it was amazing. I think he was a good friend of mine.
Did you meet your wife after you started acting?
No, I met her before. Which wife? Because Roger is not married.
Okay, so
I tend to work and then
to work at Sungwai. Emunomo. Okay, speaking about Cosmas, where did you get married?
I married in 2020.
Okay, was this after or during your time in Pali?
Yes, I think we started doing Bali in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
Yes, so 2018, that's when I actually met Kara. Then 2020 we got married.
Where did you meet?
Story you said was funny. We get one to me and can you friend request on Facebook. But I love what you do. Then my profile picture the Chilala character, I think from Footy.
From Footy, yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I'd love to be an actor, but now Makaru wangakite, mama kana kuipa. I tease her about it because in the long run she realized that no, it's actually not her thing. She's actually meant for producing and executive producing. So she's actually produced 2 of the films that we've done together.
So she wanted some, maybe some guidance, some inspiration.
Yes.
For acting. Then iwe wasama na opportunity.
Twice falling affair kwa tia panga fina sense na nkwambo kulanda. First date wa kumeni aisanje but will you marry me? Na iwe sister. I want you, will you marry me? I'm going to think about it.
Was she serious?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes. So kadi nena alikuwa tafe mano ya chifiarirwa ya kweba tufena nguna alanda fe fya mano so na imoku mwatota so kumona fe I think you need doyo and I think I've just grown up with that and it's actually become more dangerous now that I've become because I can possess any single time. So na fe isa mpangira fe sense isa believe namo.
So you know what shanda tetu kumena paso.
And I just have a bond with my mom in Ishtura. We rehearsed from mom's place.
Okay.
Yes, I was directing Nelson Mandela School then. Yes, in 2018, early 2018.
So you invited her to come and see what you do.
Yes, what I do. And then first day I shire. Alipopwe keba kamba.
Ero wasa mwana ati.
Na mwana.
Kairi mama picture tayala ngefia chini. Era shako film.
Ya da jisi vakomanda. Salo le shafet ngaka. Iwe wafuma kwisi niweva wine mfero na mano ya esa ikida ero na rande fya mano na esa mbwa will you marry me nati iwe tekefyo.
So how long after you met did you get married?
2 years.
2 years.
I think it was 2 years. We dated for a year. In 2019 I said that let's make a baby. We were adventurous like that.
Mwasapanga?
Yeah, I think. 2020 twice and that tupan. Twice open.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Great. So I'd like to think that she's very supportive of your work, isn't it?
Yes, for the fact that I prepared her before anything. I told her when I met her that you see, I'm here today, but in the next few years I'm going to be someone very, very big in the country. And because I'm going to be known, there's a lot of rumors, there's a lot of social light that comes with being in the limelight.
Wachingira mudi logic panono.
In the
Limelight.
Limelight. Yes. I think I haven't done the character in a while. And because she said yes to everything, it's been easy for us.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in the couple my picture na bagelo na bankumbata na banjimia lishwa pyat ala bwelo yu ala bwela ari njebere, but of course not to take advantage of the fact that I did that na limwebe that nkaba famous. Yeah, I think she's been very supportive.
That's great. Now I want to speak about I know you get asked this question almost everywhere you go, but I'm just trying my luck. Echo wale kele mpali chinshi walire ka olobashira kwa fata awe iwe tuanaka na iwe piamu chalishan
ilili ashwande nkaliranda mukasho
but wala ilanda papene kai fish fia stike
awe kula wako iliati sometimes baranda to leave the stage where people are still clapping but also eventually umuntu nangfen pano pene pa kampani there are other people that would love to grow outside the brand. Kulaba fiat waisa mona fiat awe limbi na inenje sheko fyo kuya ikarako pansi.
Yeah.
And sometimes our work environments become unusual. They really we become strangers. So for me, yes, I've got a point pakwewa tinamba fyo kulolesha energy yaleka fyo kwenderana na abantu bamo, but we are passionate. And one thing people don't get about me is it's not about the money, because I know I'm gonna have my money. I work so hard in my own space, and nalipangilepo play early this year a Dying Man's Last Conversation. Ili play early in the traffic mpia fye shingisha kwa bati.
Serious?
Na nena isa dawa fye you know. So anywhere I go, if I'm doing something, I do it because I'm passionate. I do it because even if it's paying me, it's also inspiring an individual out there. So my decision to leave was actually inspired by a lot of different things. Of course, we had our conversations, and because they were not talking to me directly at some point, my manager used to communicate with them via emails and all the other things.
Abantu bwalera ndana bena from the beginning wasabika po manager pakati.
No, kwa sasa ngafyati baisa tuwebati as a performer or a creative, you need to have someone representation. Yali ni liashi yako bati yafuma kuli mwaisa bafama employees at guys mfuire mleisa na mkula. Sometimes ngamleila njira mweka. Kulesa vyati warufyanya. And if I speak for myself, the news that goes out there is Cosmas said this. But if the management communicates, it's much easy to say, the manager guys never nakamba baso.
Yeah.
Yes. And because it didn't come from me, really. I felt like it was really necessary that I'm not even involved in the conversations. But of course, I'll get updates from time to time and stuff like that. We even had these backs and forths. Yeah.
Did you think because you're becoming your character is becoming big, and you know, did you maybe you started, you know what people do sometimes, yeah, change of your muntu ano ishimulendi pira mufire mwashita dabo ni nkoline
yano teari my type. Inendi muntu wakwe, but I'm rooted in my loyalty.
Yeah.
I'm rooted in my passion. I'm rooted in anything that pushes me, because I have told you it's not about the money.
Yeah.
Because if it were, I wouldn't have been on a lot of shows. But it's passion that drives us. And our country, this one thing people don't realize. Industry tatura kwate ya kweba tirero ine kutina isa imafia talo iwe mkamba Frankie ama film yobetea kalisana so nafireka. Mr. Frank talks to another producer, and another producer talks to another producer. So these guys have got like a circle of, after becoming a producer, I realize that that's how it is. That's how come gatekeeping is real. That's how come it exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we are not the type that gatekeeps in a parliament. I'm a new wave of the producers. But if you are disrespectful to one producer, it's possible you can disrespect another.
No, it's very possible.
You know what I mean? A lot of us are very talented, but our characters really speak different of ourselves. So that is why I'm not the type that would. I knew that the character grew.
Yeah,
it really grew.
It never got to your head at all. Sometimes,
but
like you're saying, you're a rooted guy, so it's different. But I'm just speaking in general terms because we see these things.
Sometimes I would go for shoot. Ninko 150 pin mumotok.
Apo kwa teshinga.
Apa. Awa panch kwete shari ipona repanga pati to.
Tetu olande. Akalumba bonsi abo ngoti bala focus wam.
Akalumba vena pala alabata tempi ya shari ipwa. Ndemi of shinga. Because as an independent producer, ufira wifi dempia ebanta balamba no to believe them.
Yeah.
Eronga na balembera ba ya tulimbi ko basumina bena ba isa ko ba sponsor.
Now won't forget about it tamba.
Why monaka? Why? But as an independent producer, people really have to see the results.
Yeah.
It's a case of an upcoming musician. You have to do a very powerful song that should make Mac2 jump on it, because he knows that if I jump on this song, It's going to really bring us the numbers and it's going to help this young man. That's where we are.
If Frank called you today and said they want your character back, would you take it? Yeah, why? Ngakutumina sibukwapa.
Uzobera mulepusha kuno kuntu.
Asa kwa batbona. Akana tubikapo. Ngakwali echo walirira kwa kwa bati nakontolola.
Okay, kuna.
Tuwakana.
Hakuna.
Ntuwayate.
Kutinaya. And of course, because a lot of Zambians have really complained. I have met people that have literally cried because I'm not on the show. I face the people directly.
Do you miss being on the show?
I miss the show.
Nice.
I miss the show. I
I love your honesty.
I'm
you know, but
Yeah,
you don't Lotarians.
it was 7 years of playing the same character. You can't act like it was not there. And even my growth is rooted in that same character. Even if I'm good beyond the character. It is what made me. Of course, God would have created another alternative or way to really make me famous, but logic made me famous. So should I be ignorant or arrogant to never really accept the facts? No. Then we are.
You know what I've liked, Cosmas. For me, a lot of questions I ask are very deliberate. If one day pushisha is, whatever the issues were, right? So there could have been issues on your side and issues on
Of course.
the boss's side, but question. What I'm trying to do is also I'm planting a seed in their heads to say, listen, who you? Because already paranga kana but not a problem. But the fact that you said, look, if an opportunity came back, I would do it.
Yes, I would.
Nishwa franka letam. So panisho phone desta panondi mukalam.
Muntu mine phone mwe Yeah.
So let's speak about after Talent Factory. Your first project was this one. Was it the Mwizokanji one?
It was Banachanda.
Banachanda. Let's
Yes.
speak about that.
So Banachanda has been an inspiration, really. The first time I spoke, I interacted with Mr. Frank in 2016, 2017. I told him, I've got this film I would love to do. And it was a very powerful story. That's where the burning passion began for being a person behind the camera.
Yeah.
So even when I did it, I was like, oh, you've actually managed to do this film. Wow. I told him of Mwizokanji in 2017 also. And after Talent Factory really helped us, it helped us with the equipment. And a lot of actors came on board to support because it was Cosmas. And a lot of people came to watch the premiere. Of course, it wasn't a really very good technical film. But one thing I give to myself was the storylining, because I always strive by all means to make a very sensible storyline that should immerse people in the story. So Banachanda was really a personal story. What
was it about?
It was about a young man who is asthmatic, and her husband died. The wife's husband died when they were on their way to visit the aunt because he was asthmatic and they had forgotten an inhaler at home. So he died on their way, right? Then now the son also inherited the condition.
Okay.
Yes. So Nankwe 23 hours yabuka asthma. Ukuisula mukananika inhaler akwata. It's dried. And then she has to walk about 5 kilometers to go to the hospital. And it's in the night. So now, on their way to the hospital, she's just moving. She sees a car that's coming. She tries to stop it, and then the car hits her. And she dies.
Wow.
And everything between is history. So the young man did not die, and fortunate for him. So he went on to build himself and became this young man and built an institution for his mother in her memory, and he gave back to his community because a woman sacrificed.
What was your inspiration behind this?
I read a story about a young man who actually was struggling with asthma.
Okay, I think in the early part of this chat, so to speak, I think I skipped something and it just reminded me. My research guys were telling me that when you grew up with a condition that you struggled with.
Yes, I was born with meningitis.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry to hear.
I was born with meningitis. What you about happen? And its mom was telling me. So at some point, I literally just died. The lumbar punctured me. And then we were 45 babies in a ward. And 43 died. There's just me and a certain girl that survived.
Oh, no.
I've never even met her. I always wanted to meet her. Mom says they stayed in Matera, but I don't know.
But did you struggle with it? Was it cured?
Yeah, I think so. Why should I learn that? Uyunga ta kapena ka kwata man. So shai shibanga na pena na.
Wala ndio kwa ntu akwata fiance.
We.
Ntu akwata mano no bushiro.
Yeah, but I was lumbar punctured.
Yeah, that's just a joke, by the way.
Yeah, of course. But for me, I'm gonna mention green kumutwe shani. It's a really sad story, but we're here.
Okay, so after Banachanda, what next?
I did Mwizukanji. That's in line with film.
So let's speak about Mwizukanji. I want us to speak about it, in detail, because obviously many people have seen it, and I've heard very good reviews, by the way.
Thank you very much.
It's a good film, and I haven't, obviously when you're on social media, you see one or two people criticize, but a lot of people say they loved it and whatnot, and it's a good thing because it should worry you when you do something, and then critic nangumo. Then something is wrong. So let's speak about it. What was your inspiration? What was the inspiration behind that? And what's the storyline?
Well, I always had this story from way back, way back, as far as 2017. See, it's one of the stories I told Mr. Frank, actually. So the storyline is about a woman who has been married for 5 years. Then family, they shupa, but in the year of divorce. Yeah, but that was the backstory, really, before it developed to whatever it is now.
Yeah.
Right? Then in the year of divorce, families reconcile like that. But then, after their child is born, thieves break into their house. And then, then ukisasanga umulume wako ni accountant bamona basasanga check mu bag ero bamwata urema wako ture angara tukongera kwangara kuno twachikumona akasuba yo wachireta nankani wachirafu mie mpia shire kuisa awe man accountant ine nachira twara ku job
sabene
efe babulo mwana bamuvika mu ven nokolanda ngatoro tipere mpia ture mocho awule mwana kwa ture angala efyo babulo mwana basha na oven and then uri omukamba nishinava mukakira panshi pali until he unties himself and springs up to go and save the child. Chira chine chibikira omwana picks up the knife and stabs the husband. And because neighbors have now been alarmed, awakened, those two thieves run off. The wife is also tied. She's there watching. And she watches both of them die. You know what I mean? So now, everything that comes with that, the trauma,
it's quite deep.
Of course.
Yeah.
The issues with the family, you are late. Free, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she undergoes all this trauma, the family, her family actually never even showed up for the funeral because they were against the marriage. Right? So she's on their day, the family of the groom, the husband, but decided to them to police. I don't know, Baba Isa Sangati. Kuria police via. She bumps into an old friend who is a lawyer by profession and says, this is my client. I'll pick it up from here. Was this issue not reported to the police? Yes, it was. Then what do you want? If you want her jailed, go to court and get a summons, and then we can go to court. That's how she starts staying with that lawyer. eventually, obviously, you know, they fall in love and whatever.
Lawyer asasenda palace.
Lawyer asenda. Kansha babantu bali kwata backstory.
Number which pair of fiance. So talking about lawyers, Simon, the celebrity lawyer, my good friend, he inspired you.
Yes. Yeah, butterfly.
Number friend ashana alumva na uyi nolfo kule kwa ya filafini.
Hapana alikukila nako.
Walikuwa nokukula.
Na alikukila nako kungenda kumweta.
Wow. That's nice. So you drew your inspiration from him.
From him, yes. So I think we are work in progress, really. And I'm not the type that has got, I'm like go-oriented. Na kwata fiama goes in 2026 in kachita song. From one go to the other, really. So ngana sangati apande bombela pale panga sense, it's going to give birth to another idea. Ngana sera pariana gives birth to another idea. That's how it works for me. So yes. Twari kurataira hapo but ni work in progress. Commander.
Congratulations, man.
Yes.
It's not easy.
No.
You know.
It's been how many months of not hearing at hello. We are not picking our cause.
So back to the movie Mwizukanji. What are some of the hurdles? What kind of struggles did you go through in making a movie like that? Because I don't think it was straightforward.
No, it wasn't. I think it's something that's destined for greatness has got issues like these. And I've made more enemies than friends. That I'll give to myself.
You made more enemies than friends?
Too many enemies.
Finish watched it?
Katuishi feba guy. Kairi ine ya kweba tukwadi bafe kampu ya uku plot A na plot B. Wagai wa mwana batu lepanga fiumu. Nari umfira kona rumors atawe. Bali tuminefe na abantu baisa mutamba kumona nga ili pali vena fiumu. Then ngasa nga ili pali vena ine ni court.
Just like any industry, politics are there, right?
Of course. But for me, the fight was not even from the exterior alone, even from the inside. Tuambo kubomba.
Inside, Chan.
Abantu fenare bomba na bene. At some point I knew I was going to leave the show, the Empire show. Okay. So I started saving.
Okay.
Inena dibasana spiritual deshwe file sa kontanshi.
Okay.
But I'm not immersed.
Yeah.
Descending spirit na kwata. So narishive. Nasa save fempia 140 pin. Nata ina la panga shimbi out wale fola ukufola kwena twale fola nang fempia fesha last issue na ke ne fesha shingi nangu mwenga na miya kumara tawa kwa tamano mwache
njaba tumfu
ya mkwa papata shari fesha manu ensho so naisa save start 140 pin na chimbi ngana rembera poma proposal kukuma corporate limbe kuti batupera ko shaisa kwana ayama twambo kushuta twachitana high equipment from my manager Mr. Suwilanji King. Equipment era pali apene ture shooter vaisa iva equipment bagai ni tuli pakati perfume.
What do you mean?
Equipment worth 72,000.
By vidation.
Na tulala fyo bushiku. I was sick. I had chile chiputa cha mona chilia. I usually get those when my wife is pregnant. It's like today mishapam. Katuishi fie.
What do you mean?
Katuishi ngana watafe fumoni menu.
Madam gari papu kulu. Iyo nishina ufimbo.
Mpwile ni nkwati.
Serious?
Yari kaba hivu.
So chia ngaba papa.
Ngaba papa fe.
So na yo 9 months ule chula na chwechi?
Inechisa kuma last. Nangwati 2 months or 1 month before. Kukwata.
Okay, so you in your thinking and the person that you are from a spiritual side, what do you think that is?
I think but there's that thing that happens to people who are married sometimes. Also just depends on my level of thinking would be just depends on how deep you go into each other also. Because sometimes kwa wafena bari abakola fya omwera umuntu alepita mfintu waisa pitana nankwe waisa mfwa ati unapitana nankwe something is wrong. It happens to me a few times. When you go back and tell them, what are you going through? Why are you crying? Why do you cry? Amba ada wafe uremweba fe fshinka amba no kulira futi na tefa ndekule shape thing. So that's what happened. Baisa Sangafia to a guy. They stole part of the equipment that they
Mulala.
Mulala.
Production house.
We actually traveled to Chilanga to shoot some scenes there. There was an apartment we were given.
Yeah.
We woke up in the morning, checked around, part of the equipment. It was not there. A drone, a Sony Shan. Kadua X3 Shan.
Sony bunch.
I think so. And one expensive light, but it's the control and remote. That's what was missing. So 17 of my crew members were supposed to be detained at the police station. And then one to Wakwebati, they are just passionate. Some of them come from not even humble backgrounds, poor backgrounds. And they were some of the students that I was teaching in my acting class. Some of them were established filmmakers like George Chirwa, who's been the DOP for the film, by the way. So I just said, we're going to pick up who buy the equipment, release everyone.
By the way,
once bali tweetire ku police bambo kupera ma statement na detective film kali ero kulinda kulia kwalinde kutwale. So na sala ndavyacha ngani nebo fene waitwo kuba Moses wa babantu they can fiembe because it's embarrassing if this story goes out there. It's okay when I'm telling it myself.
Elo also in ipita.
Because it's been over a year now. So in the same moment, the same day equipment was stolen, Dad critically ill. So, and then my wife is pregnant. I've got that.
No, what I can kushupak.
Chikuru, charife chakobati.
Songa wakota kulu
I can't function.
Songa hospital olelanda shani.
Na isamba vyama diclofenac kinomba ma injection ya mashani kuti chambo kubwerera kunomba.
Kwamba lukufika kupema te?
Kula peme na fena mkano. So yari fe yakaba fe yakwe bati na isa tondonkanya ine mweresa ninshire shitika you trying to say something, you know. And then time na brand ambassador kuri storyline ya mumpali imo so yachitemene system ninshimuri ba USAID like bari pampamo
bari bikamo rupia
yama nde apaseti ndefu memiro pande actor. They vampere na break. Aisanje na isa vata mwe bantu lekeni ntushe kokwiwapfwa. But even after leaving there, Dad was in high what Bread of Life. Yes. Bread of Life to myself my toisa ku UTH. He was in ICU
sorry to hear that.
So because he was in coma for more than a week. So
if you are corona for fear fuller.
Mumupashi. Then na isa umfwako fena rumati. After badadi bafwa pachiriro. Na isa umfwa fena rumati. Barefo kukufumiamo mvyumu.
When your father passed away, around that time when you are going through these things,
there were meetings taking place.
Echo barefo kutamfisha chinshi.
Yama, really actually are very deep.
Apa foot na esha akona foot. Ndi apali mbi.
They are very deep. We are kwebati na ngufema Zambia zingabali umfuire. Kuti bamwena mufya abantu abengi. Because in end mwacho wakwebati na ali believe amufe sana. And lekani miebe nomba. Kwa pofena matime yakwebati bare mfumu yafe mu scene. But mu tabarembika pa shit but mu script monaka. And then life yana kwata tatubomba kumbi yama after now for 3 months unpaid leave ero
nishu waupire
na upafye
waupire na kalaka kanani kani ovula at the end of the month.
Yes. Can I pick up my wife's phone call?
Yes.
Karo ulima
chitundu nsharera ndechi
ulima nilipa interview nza kutumira face
madam atikarisha wende kwa sweetheart.
Tamwaba love muri sweetheart. Tamwaba. Abengi bachitira fye for the public domain. But ingamwita mwana fe no muntu, it doesn't really matter how.
No, I agree with you 100%. But so after our papa so what's up?
Commander yale sangwa fyati. Okay, umuntu
why do you think this was happening?
Yama nalirandirepo kuli interview ibona tine Grace nakwata nili yakwe bati nangufena pakomu apantu palesuka. So sometimes, of course, Satan arabomfi abantu nalesa. So I may never really know, really. But even if I know, it's pointless. So at this particular point, let's have to pay a platform, no opportunity, add to pay the opportunity, then to apanga mo platform for even.
No boss survival in 3 months.
Takari aka first yama, kwa rife na MB fiama times. But if you understand the bati, echa ishire nombo kwambo kunjisura mano ya bati, because I made Banachanda in 2021. 2021, yes. Because one of that, and because I knew that one day there's never going to be Mpari. There's never going to be all these opportunities that I have. And you cannot continue waiting for an individual to approve your life. Because the way I was in 2018, it was just about me. And now I've got responsibilities. My children are not going to eat excuses or explanations. The landlord is not going to hear an explanation. You know? Yes, in 2018, I've gone back to my parents. But now, we squat Papa Fiashi. I'm not one bad.
Yeah.
So I had to pick myself up and realize at a very younger age. Kwali pofe na inchi tana fire fio kuleka fio kufideka.
Kuleka inchi.
Yama iliashi na kwa atari karamba sana yako but one day.
Fish wale fo kuleka.
Na mavyo kuideka pofe ine show ilia. But ichi karamba chako bati. Kwa rife na abantu bale mpera fya ma advise yako bati amona. Apoli. Not yet. So take a nyafi. Until the opportunity came and my manager really spoke too much sense to me. Yes, so much that I let him do the job. Yeah.
The opportunity, the rare opportunity you had ku Talent Factory. If there was someone from MultiChoice here, what would you say to them in as far as that opportunity is concerned?
Thank you. I know I would have still been a filmmaker even without Talent Factory, but it came for me.
Yeah.
And the fact that they chose to believe in me.
Yeah.
Amongst the 4,000 students that applied that year, I was among the 7 that were picked. I do not take that for granted. I'm not the type that goes anywhere. If you've ever given me a coin, I'll always talk about it. Why? Because a lot of things Zambians don't do. A lot of celebrities, what they don't do is they don't credit people that helped them. There's a lot of celebrities, big artists, big filmmakers that don't appreciate people that helped them. Baladaba.
Yeah.
They are not my type.
I think the Talent Factory, I've seen a lot of young people, quite a number of them that are working in these TV stations today, these productions, have gone through that. And I think it's a great opportunity for young people.
Yes.
And those that, are looking, to pursue a career in film, they need to find out what it takes, to also be part of those that are being trained at the Talent Factory.
But
I think
the minimum
it's a great
requirement
opportunity.
is passion, sir.
Yeah.
That's the minimum requirement.
If you're just passionate, then you're good to go.
Of course.
Okay, so Muzukanji, are we hoping to do a second one?
Nalipusha no shooting hapa so nashira tambisha kuna su hapa na chisa ka dionko ikali. Chami pisa yama. Muzukanji tu ikali. Lero hapa nomba fili afyonze vyo ba lero kumona.
Emofili. So some of the things that you felt you didn't do in the first one.
Fili afyonze vyo refu ama Zambians fili. Emofili. Kaidi nsha kwa tamano ini. Au nalikuwa tamano ya fulafi. Nimbi kamu unomuku. So once mwewa kwa tama speculation shani. Iye story ye.
So when is it coming out?
October.
Do you have a particular date?
Yes. So we're releasing the Muizukanji. Anyway, we are supposed to have a press briefing for it. I think very, very soon when we're launching the trailer.
Okay.
But as far as I'm concerned, it's October. We just don't know the actual date yet.
Okay.
Yes, but it would have been a good opportunity to really just invite people right here so that Navina by someone
We're talking about it so they'll know. So by the time you're doing the presser, you would have known which date, right?
Yes. I think the presser today is what? 29th? Yeah, whatever date it is today. The Muizukan the presser is on the 15th.
Okay.
Of August.
So we look forward to that so that we
Yes.
know when maybe me and my crew can come and
Please.
we can come and support.
Please, it would be an honor. And also, look, Mr. T, right? There's a lot of young people out here. People that are making waves. I am among the few individuals that are making a difference in the community. Because I know I can feature in all of my films and they can sell. But who's going to give the opportunity to that young chap in the community who has no opportunity that I have? I know that I can just call on celebrities and then we make a film and they feature for free or whatever. But who's going to give the platform to the young chaps? So that's where now you, as the people that have become also, because you can possess, you've possessed, you know what I mean? Absolutely. That's where you can support us that are behind you now to make sure that whatever support you give us trickles down to the intended people. Because I have my own way of making my own money. But if I give a platform to an individual or an opportunity, someone else can notice them and then be able to make them what they want to become.
Great. Let's speak about your belief to do with awards. I'm told that you believe that winning awards in Zambia won't take you anywhere. What does that mean?
Yeah, ma. I have over 50 awards to my name.
Serious?
Over 50 awards. Talk of the Ngoma Award, talk of these Nataz Award, talk of the Africa Magic Viewers Choice Award, the Grammy of Africa. But do I look any different?
What kulenganda?
The award ya kulire nganda ni play. Play yang kulire nganda in. Away from whatever theater yang kulire nganda. But if awards had money, I would have been the richest actor in Zambia. But it's recognition anyway. It's fuel to get to the next stage. I'm not really discouraging anyone. But I've never worked in an office then I balanga certificate and money not winning Ngoma award. Mpeni inchto. People are not interested in that nonsense.
so your interest Yama award. Rupia?
No.
I think it's motivation though.
It's recognition and yeah, it's fuel, like I said. It's just my perspective.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm going to stop getting or entering my productions for awards. No. I'm going to continue because that's the only way you can get recognized in our country, in our shan. But it's not like it makes me feel. It's not like it makes me. No, it's just motivation to get to the next stage. And because it's motivation to get to the next stage, I'm not going to stop making films until one day tukambe kusanga ati ama film turepanga nga wawina best feature film. Ninshina bakushitira 50 acres of land somewhere pali naka bond. We believe in that. And we're looking forward to that because then our hard work will be appreciated enough. But even now, the Ngoma Awards play a key role because they pay. Ngawa wina award is about 20 pin. So ngana wina kwa yatature kombuka na 60 pin. But compared to a film made from 850,000 kwacha.
Let's speak about your relationship with Shimumbi.
Bafyashi bandi bali.
You and my brother Shimumbi, Marisa Donsa nako pakati pale ate.
Yeah. I think in Nebo I was just being a child.
Niwo kwa the problem te.
I think in Nebo. But problem na kwa tayako bati ndebera po abantu ipshinga. So cause in
But you wata wa ishi bate fiance fyo watonto kwenye fire fyafuma.
But ninkula hapa. Because ninja nde kwata mano. I was just behaving my age anyway. And the fact that we sorted out differences of social media is what makes me respect the man even more. Of course, it could have been exemplary for me to just say, narilanga tishani. But because I also understand that as a human being, it's important when you're wrong to apologize. But I was not wrong to really approach the matter the way it was. The only thing that could have been a problem is really just addressing it publicly. But we have made our peace.
But it's all sorted.
Yes, we talk.
Great.
We talk.
And then also every day there's a lot that you can learn from each other.
Of course.
Yeah. Because let's speak about the Cosmas Ngandwe Foundation.
Oh.
What is that about?
So it's a skills and development foundation. It's all about ending period poverty. We're really a foundation that encompasses a lot of different things. Last year we did putting value on the arts festival. It was the Cosmas Ngandwe Foundation Arts Festival that really was aimed at empowering theatre artists. A lot of theatre artists are good, but balapita mfintu mu theatre tamwa bempia kuti were very talented, but you still rent in Karingaringa and you've been performing for the past 15 years. You know, because every single time ngamo yako theatre kubwera konama 500 kwacha 300 kwacha after 6 months of renting of rehearsing. So I'm among the few people, I can boast to say I'm among the few people that when I do a theater show, my crew members, anyone who performs in my, unless twalumfana tukabomba mahala, but anyone who performs and we agreed ndaba foresha isha mano.
But also for me, my take is that I think it's a growing industry, and giving it a bit of time, maybe it will get to that level where it starts paying what it's supposed to be paying.
Sir, this is my 15th year in the theater business.
Now 50 years into your one.
So number, if we don't wake up ourselves and start incorporating corporate entities into the theater spaces, we are going to have the same system.
No, you're right. And also setting a standard also.
Of course.
Yeah.
All my shows, if I'm doing a theater show at Lusaka Playhouse, ngate 300 and 500 kwacha, ordinary ticket. The dying man's last conversation was like 500, was like 250 and 500. No, it was just 500 kwacha all around. And it was a full house. People even sat on terraces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if we create a system that works for the business of the theater circles, it's going to manage to start paying everybody in the play. But unfortunately, a lot of theater artists are not known, and corporate entities are looking for numbers. So ngawayamu wa knocking up a door ya muntu wa mwebati tulefaya mutupele 50 pin. Then akwebati show us your social media following. Wakwata 1K followers. You might never get the money. And especially if you do not know how to go about the talking conversations and how to really get people into the conversation.
Do you think these organizations, committees, and groupings of people that are working in the film industry are actually giving an opportunity to young people like yourselves to sit on those committees and add to whatever it is that they discuss for the betterment of the industry?
Because I'm sitting on a lot of associations and I've been on a lot of meetings, I would say yes.
So it's a yes. Yeah.
I would say yes because I'm privileged to really just speak in these closed door meetings for a lot of different national events that take place. So, and also just the interest that we take as young people ourselves is what makes these companies, or is what makes these entities begin to believe in us and the people that are making decisions up there.
I love the fact that they're including young people. And when it's a mix, at least it gets all types of views. And it means that the representation is good. It's bad if it's only full of young people.
Yes.
And if it's only full of older people. But if the mix is there and young people are being included, it's a very good thing. As we go towards the end of this chat, this conversation, what are the struggles do you think there is in the film industry in Zambia today that needs to sort of like be given a bit of attention to, so that things are easier for people to get into the industry?
First things first. In Zambia, I've not seen a single company that has collaborated with another company to make one film. Tulaimwena musana. Bamukolwe balafula. So, for me, the first step into corporates believing in us is how united we are. The second step is if all of us can put our egos aside and support. A lot of filmmakers didn't show up for my premiere because it was Cosmas premiering. But guess what? When Jesus was on that donkey, he said, did someone told him, abantu bafula, pangira sana nchongo, ati ababeni abantu nga bana kanangu babafumi hapo, ayeni amabwe yalambo kuntotela. So, he uses strangers to support me. And moreover, I'm not making films for my fellow filmmakers.
That's a good point.
Right? So,
but why do you think they're not supporting you? Maybe there's something you're not doing right.
Yamana alikuwa hata Grace neichita abantu kumutima. Grace yakwabatira kola inenga na amba ndalanda sana ifshinka epa ba problem. Nchaichindika.
So you could consider wayanga mwana vinta Phiri wino kulanda.
No. Fortunate for me, it's in my own space.
Okay.
So nganabuka fedelo na posta pa Facebook, I am the greatest to have ever done this. Oh, maybe I'm just really inspiring myself to work hard.
No, but also social media for
especially if so the thing that our industry needs is not selfish people. It's not people who are going to look down on themselves. It's people who are, irrespective of what happens, are going to support each other. Right? And then the second thing that we need is, we don't need gatekeepers for the wrong reasons. We need gatekeepers for striking a balance, giving everybody an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, my differences with you should not be an issue with another TV station. You know what I mean? Or the guys that do the other podcasts.
Yeah.
Right? Why? Because maybe we just couldn't get along at that particular moment, you and I.
But the other thing also is that maybe not got a problem, you know.
Of course, right? And because you are the one with the power,
yeah,
people would rather listen to you than listen to the side of my story.
It's true.
Of course, I've been a victim of that.
Wangume coffee na wangume coffee na fumo umulopa utukira ku police balaye katai. Sometimes it happens like that, yes, because you're the first one to report, right?
Of course. Right? So our industry might not grow because we are enemies of each other. But my approach is I'm changing the narrative. And believe you me, 2-3 years from now, you and I are going to sit and say, Cosmas, you were right. Why? Because every individual, I don't care whether tatumfwana tulomfwana, I am going to work with you so that you see that our differences do not define how far we should go. Our differences should not predict what the future must hold. And for me, I'm bridging the gap between actors, influencers, social media, comedians, and musicians themselves. When you watch the part 2 of Mwizukanji, you'll be shocked how many figures are in it. Why? Because not defined by what people think. And bridging the gap and changing the narrative means all of us must play a part in making sure that whatever we preach, we walk the talk. That is the bigger picture. That is what pushes me. So if it's going to take me to change the entire industry, which mostly might not be possible, but one man can change the world. And for me, I know that one man can change the world, because if you spread love, it goes to everybody that must experience it.
Cosmas, you've done a song with Maki too.
Yes.
What song is that?
I think we did it in 2020.
Ni Insta mnaistra promote.
Yeah, man. For now, calling yandi yaba fe kulinankani. Yaba ku film. For now.
And you want to concentrate on that.
I want to focus on that. Anangufia nipa kuba famous. Nshambirire nambo kuchita direct film, then you kunde actor. Na research ta first focus on being a brand, then nambo kumiranga kwa kanshi kutapanga na film. Kanshi kutialemba. Kanshi kutiaimba. Kanshi, because now idia platform mpangile ele chita few of yonza eleba where I can showcase everything that I'm doing. So rulio rwimbo twa na babuga rwali rwakwe bati abakamba fe na isaranda fe atawe bazambe kubambana kwati niwe was stereotype lekenve turangeko. And it was written by Mike Lee. And Mike Lee has been the guy behind my music, actually.
What's the title of the song?
Nobe. Kwa ya wamanga mwili shenga rwapo rwimbo baga kwa mwana nga yapo interview. Kwa mwana kwati nshimba sana.
Okay, so as we wind up, my previous guest, Smooth IK, left a question for you. He didn't even know it's you was coming. So wala shila question you are next. Okay? So the question he left for you is, if you were to change one thing about this country, what would it be and why?
I would love to change the hearts of corporate entities, besides changing the hearts of creatives. Because iringi wala tumuena mo. Because sometimes tubai saro de shata dindibaya pa Facebook wa checking if you chita shani. The bambifena kwa bati tete bombi oyo. Bambifena kwa bati our brand cannot align with that. Nadulu sapo fyama diru ya kwa bati. Aya mano mlandu wa kwa bati title ya film ni Mwizukanji. Mwae monaka?
Why?
Because ni Mwizukanji. And it was a deal. It was a deal with a lot of money.
Title ya ringiro kubashani.
For them babika maulipia. Katweshi. Something different. Anything away from any name or whatever. Just not Mwizukanji.
Wow.
And I've built a lot of enemies because of that. And I've built so I'd love a lot of companies, Zambian companies or even international companies, to really believe in what we carry more than what it is that they think could be. Why? Because we are the future. And we are the anchors that we used to see in a lot of anchors that visited us. So the future is now. And I think with your support, we can get to where we need to be. Yeah.
100%. So you've got 3 questions. 1, 2, 3. You pick a number and each number is attached to a question. So you're going to pick a question for our next guest. Number 2. What is your proudest moment? So our guest will answer this question. Cosmas, thanks a lot. It's been a great interview. Thank you for sharing, your story with us. Thank you for sharing and trusting, to share your story with us. We really appreciate, and we wish you all the best. We look forward to the Mwizukanji 2.
Yes.
That'll be great. And then the press briefing, you let us know so that, we send someone to cover it and give it the publicity that it deserves.
Thank you very much. And thanks for inviting me.
Great. So we were having a chat with Cosmas Ngandwe. A lot of you know him as Logic. He played the role of Logic in Impali. My name is Kenny T. This has been the Kenny T One-on-One podcast. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, it's brought to you by Yatu T.